Shut the fuck up. Let's go.
We were already live. What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining for episode 11 of Cheap Drinks and Cheat Codes. My name is Brandon, and this is the crew. Everybody introduce yourself one at a time.
I'm Josh.
Oh,
That's not gonna work. You want to try that again? You want to just go through the
I got it. So I'm in the middle here.
Down the line.
Yeah, we've got down the line here. We've got Justin.
That's me.
We've got Phil.
Hello.
We've got Josh.
I'm Josh.
That's what we've got Rob.
Everybody, I don't trust fruits.
Ooh.
You don't trust what? Grapefruit?
Grapefruits, yeah.
Grapefruit.
I just want to give everybody a random fact every time I'm mentioned.
Yeah, last time you were afraid of escalators. I'm assuming you're
I'm
still afraid of escalators.
I'm not afraid of. Yeah, I'm still afraid of. I'm not afraid of grapefruits. I
You
just
fucked
don't
one,
trust.
didn't you? And then it hurt. And
No.
you were betrayed.
No, I don't
by
trust
one.
it. I don't trust it because it looks like a giant orange, but it tastes like baboon shit. I don't trust them. I don't know what they're up to. I don't like.
This is going on a tangent.
Video
yes.
game news.
But in
Grapefruit's not
gaming
that bad.
news.
Yes. All right, boys. Let's hit it. Let's hit it. Justin, hold up. What are you drinking?
Finishing off the rest of that natty light.
Said
He
every...
said I want down to that
Yeah.
thing, and I got it.
Where's your
Alright.
spit bucket?
Y'all see this console? Y'all see this Xbox One X?
Wow. Yeah, this
Did
thing
y'all
is.
see
I don't want.
It's interesting. And by
It
interesting,
looks-
I mean.
For clarification, you mean CyberPunk 2077 Xbox? Is that what you're
Yeah.
asking?
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's up on the. It's
The
up on
one
the
that looks
screen.
like fucking clapped from Borderlands
Yeah,
for no reason.
for everybody that's watching in the audio, it's
We're sorry.
it's too much. That's literally what the title of this article is, and they couldn't have summed it up any better. The glow in the dark thing is dope as fuck, though.
That is cool. I think that's really neat. You'll
What
never-
part of it is glow in the dark? I missed that.
The
I am
Yeah, all
still.
the graffiti.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Still stuck on why they're making it at all. That
Yeah,
close
so-
to the
Yeah.
launch of the new consoles.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
No
maybe,
point.
maybe they know something we don't.
No. I
They
mean,
They
I
did
know
the same
like,
thing with the Star Wars PS4, like right around the same time that the Pro. Not that that's a
That's-
whole console
Yeah,
generation.
that's a little different because the Pro was the leap to going into 4K. This is literally a new generation of consoles, and you're wanting to release an Xbox One X, which anybody who wanted one probably already has one. Everyone else is just saving their money for the new one. This
Well, I'd
release of
say-
this console, I feel, is pointless.
I initially it's going to be less of a leap because that was 1080p to 4K when the Pro came out and the X, and this is going to still be 4K. Like it'll do 8K, but nothing exists in that. So I feel like it won't be a leap at all.
But you can't play Series X games on your Xbox One.
Well,
So when the new games come out, you have to spend that money for the new console.
that's different, but that's like it's different for a different reason. Anyway, yeah, the console's ugly as shit. And we have news about the Series X logo. So
I wasn't done talking about the console yet.
continue talking about the console.
You're not the move on guy. I'm the move on guy.
I apologize.
I don't know. This new overlay might
I've
have
been
you
told I move on
confused.
Yeah.
But no, I just wanted to say real quick. Yeah, I agree with everything you guys were saying. I don't put my consoles near a lamp, so it's not glowing in the fucking dark. So that's silly. And I like the controller though. The controller looks cool, but again, we don't know
It
if
just
that's
doesn't
backwards
match,
compatible.
Do you?
It just doesn't match.
It doesn't match
Yeah.
anything.
Like turn
That's
that
fine.
orange into the yellow, and maybe I'll be with you, but
Yeah, that's fair.
it don't
But I
match.
super agree with Phil. With it, just doesn't make any fucking sense. No, I
Should you
agree.
get a PC or a new Xbox Harry Brown 75? Bro, just get a PC. It depends on how much bread you have to spend, though. If you're gonna have to settle on a PC that's closer to an Xbox price, then just buy an Xbox. If you can go way over that, then hell yeah, get a PC.
Yeah, big facts.
I think it's really weird. I can't see that chat. I can see it on our actual overlay, but I can't see it on actual Twitch.
Yeah, because
That's
it's, he's talking on Mixer.
Oh, that's Mixer that's up right now.
Bang
Yeah,
bang.
all
yeah,
of it's
Brian
up.
got the other one.
Yeah, I got all of them
Gotcha.
up. Yeah.
Big fact.
And then Under Siege dropped that video, so we'll look at that video at the end of the stream. The one he was trying to show us last time.
Yeah, I saw it. I was in the process of watching it.
Mhm.
All right, so yeah, opinions ugly as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
Logo.
We talked about it off stream, but they literally should have just made it look like the graphics card that GeForce did. I would have bought it.
yeah.
If it was lime green and black, I'd have been like all over it.
Yeah, for everybody wondering that's watching, the color of that box that you see there, that's the color the console should have been. That would have been cool. That bright ass yellow, that bright cool yellow, I'd have been like, oh shit, that pops. That you walk into a room and you see it on your friend's desk or whatever, you're like, oh shit, that's cool. But not, yeah, shit just looks. It looks like it's just cheap. It looks stupid. Reap. All right, but yeah, so as well, we wanted to talk about the Xbox logo. If you want to put that up, not much to talk about, but hey, there is a new logo. I guess
the Xbox logo wasn't on the money sign, was it? Yeah, it was.
It kind of was.
Yeah.
No,
It's
yeah,
okay.
Kind of a lot of money. So
Yeah,
No,
it's fine.
No. I got it right here.
Okay, perfect. So
you could have just typed an X in the chat. That's what it fucking looks like. It's not special.
yeah, so as you can see there, it's just series and an X. I feel like it should have just been the X, and I would have been like a little bit. It's super like foo-foo looking, but I don't know. Opinions.
I just don't think it looks like they tried very hard.
It looks like it's going to be great for clothing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's plain. Like,
yeah. In their defense, the PlayStation 5 is the same thing as the 4.
That's true.
That's a terrible defense. Like,
oh,
Sony has their own font. It's worked well for everything.
that's true.
PlayStation's kind of kept to its, its look throughout its life cycles. It's never really changed. And a lot of people really like that. I like that minimal look to it. Because when I look and see it, I know that that's PlayStation. And I know what I'm getting out of it. So.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I dig it. Graphically, I think it's pretty dope. Yeah.
It's not bad. It's clean, but it looks like a condom. Like, it doesn't look like anything. It like nothing about even like Xbox.
He's not like if like a seductive voice came on the commercial and then it was like Series
X. Yeah.
It's like a cologne. Yeah.
It's like it's a lot. And they may have the cheaper console, which I don't know what the fuck that's going to be called, but I'm wondering what they're going to do for the font of that one. If that
they're just going to put a little S to the bottom under like extra small.
Yeah.
And then when the new one comes, that's going to be XL.
Series medium.
The size of the microwave. So just range in sizes. But I think it looks clean. It's just a minimum look at. Instead of a circle and an X, it's just now an X.
I mean, minimal has never gone out of style. Like, if you look at logos, minimalist is always in style.
I just think it's too much that direction for that cutting.
I mean, you guys said an X, like, so if they just did an X, people would have no idea.
Well, what was wrong with the logo that they had? Like, what was wrong with like just the circle with the stylistic X in it? Like, I feel like that works just fine.
Nothing's wrong with
that. I think that's a great logo. I don't know why they changed.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Maybe because it's not a 360 anymore.
Ooh,
yeah, you son of a bitch.
Something new, something advanced with RTX technology.
But I mean, that's a whole different discussion of how they don't understand how to name their systems so that you can figure out order.
Phil's not
That's
wrong again.
fair.
Yeah. All right, so who is planning on getting a PlayStation 5 when it comes out?
That'd be me.
I'm
I would
probably
love,
gonna
I would love
pre-order
to
it
lie
tomorrow.
and join in, but
Well, pucker up, bitches, because there's a chance you might not be able to. Sony has pretty much gone on record now saying that there's going to be way less made due to COVID-19, as well as just some of the parts. They quoted is ambitious specs is one of the reasons that's a little bit harder to get the stuff they need. To give it some examples here, they plan to get 5 to 6 million units out by March 2021. To put that in PS4 perspectives, the first year it launched, they had 7.5. So if that's the lower end and they get 5 out, that's 2.5 million less units than they got out for the PS4. So yep, they might be a little bit more expensive than we initially planned, and it might be harder to get. Thoughts, opinions? Does anyone care?
They're pulling a fucking Nintendo.
Thanks.
They're gonna give us 30 Wii U's. You know, so we're gonna about, let's say, I don't even know what would be like a rough number. I mean, because it still has to be in the millions, even a low number, to really satisfy how many people there are. So it's like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, 2.5 million less consoles is a lot.
Yeah,
like that's a grip. That's a whole lot.
But I don't know. I wonder if that's gonna affect like pricing, things like that, because we've seen that with like a lot of stuff with the COVID-19 BS. Is a lot of places are just gouging people. So is that gonna be another thing?
Well, the previous report from Bloomberg said that this console costs $450 to make. That's not official. That's just a rumor. So if it costs $450 with their normal plan, a lot of people are thinking $5. Again, that's just a speculation, which we've speculated a million times on that price.
It was all said that Sony would be selling them at a loss deliberately.
Yeah.
Though that is still just a thing that was thrown out and not necessarily confirmed yet. I don't think anything's going to be confirmed until the console drops.
You don't think they're going to have a price? When the announcement of the console drops.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I was like, what?
I mean, Nintendo tends to have like limited amounts of its consoles at launch. Like I know sometimes they'll launch their console and then you can't find it for a few months.
Yeah.
And they do fine. I mean,
they do more than fine. Do
yeah,
extremely well every time.
That's like their tactic for how they sell stuff. I don't think this will be like a huge difference. Like if most likely what'll happen, and this is my opinion and my thoughts, if you pre-order it, you're gonna get one. So if you can go out and decide to pre-order it through some company, I know a lot of people don't like to do it because they want it sent to their house or whatever. There's most chance that they're gonna try to fulfill those wants and demands of their customers, and you'll get it. And even if there's not enough, you could probably still pre-order for the second round, so you'll still probably end up with one. So,
I don't know.
I mean, or you can wait till games come out for it.
Yeah, and that's another thing. They might also have some knowledge that there's not going to be a huge launch list, and since its big thing is that it's backwards compatible with most of the PS4 library, they're assuming that they're going to get sales through PS4 game sales and not the console.
Yeah, I'm honestly content with not getting it till, like Under Siege said, he's going to wait till Spider-Man 2 or something drops that's exclusive. I don't know if I'll go that far, but there's no need for me to get it at launch if there's no games. Like, I'm going to get 77 on my PC. Tsushima comes out this summer. Like, there's no game. If no games come out for it, there's no reason. Like, the Switch was in hot demand because it was really cool, as well as, and more importantly, Zelda came out. So people were like, this cool console that's a cool concept, and Zelda comes out that looks awesome and's getting 10 out of 10s. It was that combination. So I think it would be a Nintendo situation if they did that and had a game come out. Like if Spider-Man 2 was a launch game, the fuck? Like,
if they snuck release that or any major sequel.
Well, Last of Us, doesn't Last of Us now not have a release date? Isn't that
it's an indefinite state?
It is indefinite state.
Yeah, they could do some mic drop, be like, oh, it is coming out, and it's coming out when the PS5 launches. Like, it is an exclusive
there are
game.
a lot of games right now that we don't have dates for that are very near finished. And because of everything that's been happening, I'm sure there's way more information, and this would never be a PlayStation exclusive. But I'm sure there's way more information on Bethesda's space IP than we've gotten yet, just because of everything shutting down.
I don't want to talk about Bethesda right now.
And I was just an example, but I feel like there's a lot of games like that, and so it wouldn't really be.
I don't want to get too off topic, but you think Bethesda has done more work on that game than you think. You think they're about to come out at if they had a press conference
Okay,
with, like,
you're
gameplay
forgetting what happened with Fallout 4.
I'm not forgetting.
Which was
I remember what they did since then.
Okay, yeah, they've done shitty stuff since then. I'm not defending them as a company. I was saying as an example, there are certain games that are playing their cards very close to their chest right now. So it wouldn't necessarily surprise me if we get a pretty early release on PlayStation that we haven't heard of yet.
Yeah.
Or not. I don't know.
Yeah. I had one last thing before we wrap this one up. Everyone knows Xbox. We think they're going to be very competitive, and they're a bigger company, Microsoft, obviously. They can kind of go lower than Sony if they really want to try to get that leg up and, quote unquote, win. So say the PlayStation launches at $5. Do you think Xbox would be crazy and drop theirs at $450? Can you imagine? That's cheap as hell.
I think.
You think they would just go $5?
I think that they'll take a different tactic as far as like to win the console war at initial launch.
Well, they supposedly have the different tactic, right? They have the cheaper. They have the other console.
Right, they have another console. Well, I'm thinking it's going to become a game of availability. People are going to get tired of waiting if there's not enough availability of a PlayStation, and they'll buy an Xbox.
That is possible. Or parents that are like, they don't have that. What do you want? Like, like what else do you want?
I guess I'll take an Xbox.
Another thing, you were saying that like Sony is not as big of a company as Microsoft, but I'm going to say you're completely wrong there. Sony is Japan's Microsoft. Microsoft will not
regionally
Yeah,
different.
the new Xbox probably will not sell much at all in Japan. Sony's gonna get a ton of money coming from their PS5 sales they do, at home base in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and they're probably.
That being
just
said, to
thinking-
answer, go ahead. So
Can I raise my hand real quick?
Go ahead.
Microsoft's net worth is over $1 trillion, and Sony's is $50 billion. Microsoft is a big
he meant
company.
specifically the gaming division.
I meant gaming divisions, yeah.
As far as gaming goes, Xbox does not do nearly as well in Asian countries as PlayStation does.
That's fair.
And I'd be curious.
But to answer what you were actually getting at, I wouldn't be surprised if they drop the price of the Series X. Especially if the cheaper, I don't know, series smaller, whatever the fuck they're gonna call it. Like if nobody buys that, I easily see them dropping it by not as much as they did last console generation, but a little, sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What were you saying, Brady?
I was just thinking, because I don't know if the article stated. I wonder if that 2,000 less consoles is for the other countries. If Asia will have all the PlayStations they could want, and those 2,000 are for orders. The 2,000 less are for orders for, let's say GameStop or Best Buy, like companies that would sell it.
That is a fair question.
Yeah.
I doubt it because we did pretty well in PlayStation sales here in America this past generation, so I think they'd want to keep that going. But that is a fair.
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to depend on how their market does over there versus over here. I mean, we, have grossly the same amount of people, just smaller area.
That's crazy. All right, Nvidia Now. We love talking about it.
Oh, yeah.
It's on some more hard times here, yet again. But they're going to rise up. So it just came out recently that starting April 24th, I'm reading a list because it's gonna take me a second. Microsoft, Warner Brothers, Interactive Entertainment, Codemasters, and Clay Entertainment. Those are all their games are gonna be pulled from GeForce Nvidia Now. So that's a pretty hefty chunk of games that you won't be able to play on there. I mean, there's not a lot of Microsoft games on Steam theoretically. I don't think you could have used Nvidia Now on like the regular Xbox on your PC thing there. One thing I did want to note that's interesting, though, 30 of the 40 top games on Steam are supported still by Nvidia Now.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So I wanted to throw in some goodness there, but it just doesn't. It sucks because it seems like Nvidia's doing it the right way, the whole streaming gaming thing, and they just can't get anyone to buy in because they want us to buy the game again. which is some bullshit.
Everybody trying to double dip.
Yeah. In relation to double dipping, and this has nothing to do with this kind of, but I'm really annoyed about it. So I pre-downloaded Final Fantasy VII because I couldn't get a physical copy. I think this is funny. So I pre-downloaded it on my PlayStation. My girlfriend uses my PlayStation with her account. She cannot play Final Fantasy VII on that account, even though it's downloaded to my
digital copies are linked to accounts like
to the
that.
account.
I think
that's crazy.
Steam might do it. It depends on if it's DRM free, digital rights managed like that free. I know GOG, all those games are DRM free. So if you download something on GOG.com, you can anybody can just log on to your computer if it's installed and play.
Yeah, with Steam they just have the sharing, like a share account. Like I could open my account and I could share it up to like 3 email addresses, so like you guys could play my libraries and stuff like that.
But this is why physical copies are better, because like, hey, you want to try this game out? Here, you can play it. You don't have to go and pay your $60 before you know if you want it or not.
I agree. I also wanted to add as well, Ubisoft, they're still as well all for Nvidia now. Like they're like, yo, all their games are still available. So again, real quick, let me just hit it. Warner Brothers, Xbox, Interactive Entertainment, Codemasters, and Clay. If you had any of those games that you were playing on Nvidia Now, you cannot. As well, with a little bit more news with Nvidia, if you are a Founders member, that's basically people who had it in beta, you still don't have to pay. That got pushed back to June. So hey, see, they're doing it right, man. They had a quote, if I can find it. While your service continues to grow. Give me a second.
There's no way that's the quote.
Yeah, there it is. While the services continue to grow, we have decided to take this opportunity to show our early founder members our appreciation, and will not be billing you until June 2020. And if they did get billed early, they're getting the money back.
What would be crazy if it was like a cumulative? It was like, we're not gonna bill you yet, and then it's like they keep extending it, and all of a sudden you just get chunked for $500. It's like, yeah, it was delayed billing. They would never do that, but that would be some scumbag shit.
That's some EA shit. All right, so there's a little drama with Doom. I don't know if you guys heard this. I didn't play the new Doom. I know Phil did. So
Very good game.
Basically, real quick, the composer for the game basically kind of got gypped a little bit. Mick Gordon is his name.
Yes.
So he made the soundtracks and did it. Then it was done. And then they started to notice a difference where they reused some of his stuff and changed it a little bit. Like they literally changed some of like the wavelengths and certain things on the things just a little bit. They sped some things up, slowed some things down, and then just didn't give him credit for it. Thoughts and opinions. Like they paid him once and then they edited it and kind of didn't pay him again. Do you think that's cool, or are you like?
Well, it's not that they didn't give him credit for it. So what he did is he composed the soundtrack and gave it to him in how it should have sounded originally when he composed it. And then, typical Bethesda ways, they took it, threw it in their game, but they completely altered the dynamic ranges and everything else, like all the filters and dynamic ranges of the sound, and then put it out in the game and released it and said, this is how it sounds. And then he came back and, hey, this isn't how I composed it. This isn't how it was supposed to sound. And they're like, well, here it is. So what people are hearing isn't it's his actual work, but it's been destroyed by Bethesda, basically completely messing with all the mixes and dynamic range and everything that they could have done with it.
Yeah, it's doomy.
I mean, it's just gotta depend on his contract. I mean, there's not really much you can do about it. I guarantee you there's a clause in there, basically whatever he creates and gives to his art director is just finite. They can do whatever they want with it past that. I mean, there's tons of concept artists and things like that who submit things that either never get used or get changed by a completely different artist, and that's just something along the track that you have to deal with. I mean, it's just that's what it is for working with AAAs.
The thing with that is if you consider Martin O'Donnell from Bungie at the time, and when they sold all that stuff to 343, he went and I think he was suing Bungie because he's the composer, and then and that's his music, and they were trying to change and reuse it for a game he was not a part of. That's his intellectual property. I don't know how it is a lot of times, but if you're making something like that and composing, you would probably make sure you're looking at you're fine-toothing that contract, that it's still your property. Because the same thing happened with the Beatles. I think it was the Beatles. One of them went and tried to play a riff in his own thing, and then the record company came back and sued him because that they owned all the Beatles stuff. But that news, if you're doing music and composing for someone, you probably know that information and are fine-tooth combing. So his thing is probably like, this isn't what I made, and you changed it without confronting me. Why did you do that?
Likely are allowed to, though, because like record contracts usually work that way. Like a lot of people, this is one of the things that like if whoever's familiar with Chance the Rapper, he has a big issue with major record labels because of this. Like, because there are two different rights on every musical copyright. Like there's the physical sound of it, and there's the idea behind every physical sound of it. So it's kind of like an intangible thing. For something like this, for a game, who knows what the contract looks like, but and maybe I'm an asshole, is this any different from like if I paid a producer for like a musical instrumental for me to make a song on, and then the song is just me sort of farting on a microphone for like 3 minutes? Like, is that any different? Like, sure, I'm positive he'd be upset about it, but what can he do if I paid him for the ownership of that instrumental,
Right?
Other than be upset.
Yeah, I mean that's just it comes down to the agreement. I mean, unless he's just extremely upset that he got screwed in the agreement without looking at the information, or he's upset for like a really valid reason, like they're in the wrong for doing it. I don't think they're in the wrong if he signed an agreement and just blindly agreed to it because he was hyped for working for Bethesda.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, Chance hit me up the other day and was talking how he's
right. I'm actually, I'm in the market for some beats, so let me know.
This thing is shitty.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Jedi Fallen Order. Semi-great game. I'm gonna put a semi in there. I don't give a fuck. Tired. I got my ass beat by goats. It came out recently that Respawn wants to do a trilogy, which is cool. It's one of the few successful, quote unquote, the Battlefront games were successful for EA, but they got a lot of scrutiny, obviously. So this is the only like the third or fourth game they've come out with, but it was very, very, very popular. Dungeon crawler, rata, Dark Souls-esque game that relied heavy on the parry system.
Very light
Heavy
on the
the
S.
I know. That's what a lot of people describe it as. So
with a capital S.
Very good game. Not my super cup of tea. I played it, didn't finish it. I'm not gonna finish it. I don't like that style of game really.
I played it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it.
It's not Force Unleashed.
Yeah,
Which
I said this. Yeah, I said this before on this podcast. I don't like how, with the goat kicking your butt and stuff, how you're supposed to be a Jedi, but things like that can kick your ass. I think if they go back at it, they need to redo the combat. Because I love games like that where you can just kind of explore an area. And I mean, the Star Wars lore is really cool.
They designed the whole game around John Boyega fighting a stormtrooper. Like, that's what you feel. Yeah. Like, you don't have enough force powers to be useful until like the end of the game.
It makes a lot of sense for this game because they did the typical he's a Padawan, but the next one it's not gonna make sense if you're getting your ass beat by goats. Like it just isn't gonna be. You already fought Inquisitors and
they're
shit
not
like
gonna
that.
remove goat fighting.
Well, no, that's
They're
fair,
not
but
to
you
take it out of the game.
But like Phil said, they can't do this. You get hit 3 times that you didn't parry right, and you're dead. And it made sense a little bit because you're a Padawan. Like, so you have those higher tier stormtroopers who are, keeping up with you. But now, like, it's like, come on, like you can't do that again.
See, that I think they did right in Force Unleashed because they gave you all the power that you want to feel like a Jedi, and then they threw numbers at you. With how I think that's where the balance and difficulty should come from in a game where you're playing as a Jedi. I'm getting shot from a lot of different angles right now. This game isn't that, but I am excited for another one. I didn't hate this game; it was an enjoyable experience, and I'm always down for more Star Wars games. 1313 can come the fuck out. I'd rather that if we're making wishes come true. But I'll take 2 more games. I don't know if I care about this in character for long, though. I'll throw that out. He was okay, but like I don't give a shit about his storyline.
That brings a question to my head. What if, he becomes like this new leader of the short sect of Jedi that's like somewhere that isn't around the Skywalker saga, which would be great. Get away from that stuff. And you create your own Jedi, complete character creation. Maybe you fight dual wielding, with the dual blades or the single, and have your own kind of way with the Force. I think that would be great. But that's just putting a lot of RPG elements into a company that doesn't do them. So.
So we just live in fairyland, apparently.
Yeah,
that's not out of the ordinary. That something like that is hinted in the storyline, which I won't go into it for spoiler reasons, but something along those lines is hinted at in the story of that game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
might be interesting.
Like the canon of Star Wars. Spoiler alert: if you didn't watch the last 3 shitty movies.
Well, don't do it.
No, it's the
super recent.
Fine. The last
No, go ahead. I was
fucking
fucking with you.
No, it's fine. Oh, I'm not doing it now. Actually, yeah, because this doesn't spoil much. This doesn't spoil much. Snoke originally was thought that he was from somewhere super dumb far away, and he just showed up and he was super strong. So that didn't happen. That's not what happened. Technically, I ain't gonna say anything more, but people were okay with that canon where he was like just showed the fuck up from somewhere else and was OP as shit. So they could do some shit super far away. But I don't know. I would rather just have another KOTOR. Upgraded and better KOTOR. Like
that was a very confusing sentence.
I don't give a fuck.
You just did because it was a rumor. Nobody knows what's supposed to be. Nobody knows what the original plan was.
If you didn't watch the last
fell
one,
apart,
then you won't know.
Now we know where he came from, but I mean, nobody knows what the original plan was.
Yeah, Ryan Johnson was out here just fucking shit up, just for no damn reason. But we're not talking about Star Wars. We're gonna talk about
that's all Star Wars. Yeah, the game is what we're supposed to be.
Yeah. If you're excited for more, put it in the comments below. We can talk about it. But now, if you're a Call of Duty fan and you play their Battle Royale mode, Warzone, it's come out recently. A lot of people are really upset at cheaters. It's becoming very, very, very rampant. It's a free-to-play game, so it's not very hard. If you get banned, you can just download it again. They have issued 70,000 bans as of this article, but a lot of console players are turning off crossplay because it's the majority of the cheaters are on PC. It's a lot easier to get those programs and things, the little aim bots and the see-through walls and all that shit. I've watched several videos of it where they literally streamers are loading in and just homies are just lock on target and just immediately hit them in the face. This just brings the question. It sucks because it's fucking with crossplay, and I was really excited for crossplay and want to see more of it. But this is just gonna make people maybe not want to do it as much because people won't cheat.
They just need to do it on more things that are less competitive based. They just need to do crossplay on regular like we've been playing Diablo. There's literally no reason why Diablo shouldn't be crossplay.
Yeah. Anything along those lines. Anything RPG based.
Yeah. Borderlands.
Yeah, Borderlands 3. If that thing became crossplay, that'd be awesome. But not right now, and they haven't said anything about it going to be.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to throw it out there, see if anybody had an opinion. It's whack because I love crossplay. I think it's a really, really good idea. I remember back in the day when a lot of people had PS4s and a lot of people had Xboxes. Like I knew that community, so it'd be cool at that point. I don't really play much on PS4. It's not story based anymore. But when I did, that'd be cool. You know?
Apparently Xbox can't turn off crossplay support, so Xbox might be stuck with the PC people.
Really?
Uh-oh.
That sounds right.
Interesting.
Sounds like a thing that would happen.
Well, is this so? I don't play this Blackout or whatever.
That was the last
this
one.
runs off the whatever. I don't know whatever this thing this is. Whatever this new Warzone, right? Yeah.
Right.
Is it?
Yeah.
It runs in the new Call of Duty, right?
Right.
You can turn off what peripheral is being used on the Xbox, so you could play against only controllers. So I guess you'd still play against PC people, but you won't play against keyboard and mouse. I don't know if that helps, because cheaters gotta cheat, but
That does beg a good question. Are people cheating?
I don't think that would
with
stop
the
the
with the
cheats.
controller.
It would. Well, you could still set your cheats without the
Yeah, so
controller
if you
and then play with the
turn
controller.
off the crossplay option on the Xbox One, the game basically more or
Blows
less
up.
pop-up windows and yells at you to turn it back on if you want to play.
turn that crap back
PS4
on.
can turn
Awesome.
PS4 can turn it off and deny crossplay, but Xbox One will not let you.
Well, that fucking sucks for them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm at the 3-point line. I'm dribbling. Are y'all with me for this analogy?
Okay.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm
go on,
dribbling,
see.
and then I'm jumping and I'm dunking on Star Citizen again because I gave shit
From the
Space
3-point line?
from the
That's a-
3-point line. Yeah,
That's a
like
fucking-
MJ.
That's
like,
a far. Yeah.
Like NBA
Stretching.
Jam, dude.
yeah, I don't know if y'all know, but I got an afro, so I can do those things. If y'all ain't never play, what was that basketball game that had to do with the afro?
I don't know, but I feel like Afro is the opposite
NBA
of what
Street?
Michael Jordan had.
NBA
like,
Street.
literally the polar
Yeah.
opposite.
Thanks, Phil.
They'll be out there breaking knees,
Street.
running off walls, dunking.
Man, fuck y'all. So people are upset at Star Citizen again.
Yep.
Why?
I'll tell
Why,
you.
What
Josh?
on earth happened?
So
So
why are they upset?
So after they've amassed a small fortune of like $400 million via GoFundMe's and shit, they delayed one of their the alpha update 4.0.
Alpha 4.0.
Yeah. And the reasoning is COVID-19, which is a very good reason to have your people be at home, be safe, don't get sick for no reason for work, for a game. But the biggest thing is this isn't the first delay they've had of many roadmap delays. And this one was a big one. The biggest thing it was gonna bring is
They're bringing the Crusader planet update and the Orison landing zone on Crusader.
yeah, that and
And
then
what does that entail?
Um,
You're just saying
rework-
space
it's-
words.
well, Crusader is the name of the planet, and the landing zone on Crusader.
Oh,
is,
cool.
the
Okay.
land. What the big thing that got pushed back in the 4.0 update was the planet Crusader. So the entire planet that was supposed to come out in a month was pushed back to the next couple updates.
yeah, and this update was also
So, I mean-
supposed to include a large network update where there's apparently this game has a lot of desync and jittery and lag, and this update was supposed to do a lot for that, and people ain't having it.
So here's my question, Josh. When can I purchase this game in store?
How about when is this game not going to be what is it, alpha, beta,
Alpha.
omega?
I'm
some
gonna be
shit?
honest, by the time this game comes out, we'll be able to literally just travel to any planet we want in real life, so it's not gonna...
Well,
Yeah.
they're just not telling people. They took the $400 million and they bought an actual planet named Crusader. And
yeah, it's just real.
They're kind of just waiting for us to realize that it's all
Yeah.
real.
I think Star Citizen's just
Star
a shell
Citizen.
company. Star Citizen. It's just a
That's
shell
the new
company.
name. That's it.
Oh,
It's owned by Elon
Large
Musk, and that's how he funds all his properties.
Oh no.
I feel like I would be more okay with a game that's a startup. But say they raise like $2 million. I mean, like a normal amount of money, but they've got like 330 since we last reported in the bank. Like, that's as much as a GTA budget. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, where is this money going? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. They're
Real
literally chilling in
planets,
yachts right now.
Real planet.
I agree. The real planet.
Yeah, something. But all right, flight simulator.
Ooh.
Y'all seen it? It looks beautiful.
Save the date. It was a couple days ago,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, it's a little late, but they did just release the specs, recommended specs and all that jazz for this game. So take a look; they're on your screen. They're a lot.
Yeah.
The ideal specs is a 2080 with an i7, 32 gigs of RAM, 150 SSD.
Can we also say that it's an i7 9800X? That not a regular i7, an X series i7. So 16 cores, or actually the i9 I think is 24 cores. So you're real planets out here.
Yeah. So basically this is a powerhouse. It's a deserving powerhouse because the game looks crazy. It's like the whole world you can fly around in. It looks amazing. Like if you're like a 4K monitor, whole setup, it's gonna look great. But that's beefy. That's a beefy boy.
Yeah.
That's a top of the line computer.
Thick ass boy.
Yeah.
That's impressive. And I always think it's funny when they say ideal and then recommended, and recommended's like like just hot shit.
I had a 970 what was it, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I think. Like that's a large jump. Can we also talk about that it's smaller than Call of Duty?
It is smaller than Call of Duty.
Smaller.
It has every airport in the world, and yet it's still smaller than Call of Duty. That's impressive. Also, I think this is the first recommended game. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's recommending an ideal specs is an SSD. I've never seen that before. It's like, yo, you should have an SSD.
Yeah, that's probably true. I've never seen
which
that.
Also it makes sense because I'm assuming it has to render in shit as you're fucking flying at 100 knots or whatever fucking flight
100 knots.
I don't know what it uses.
We're now a boat.
They use mile per hour, and it's like 500 to 600 miles per hour.
Thank you, Capitan.
Well, yeah.
You got to know what direction.
Once again, using
airport's
boat
in,
terms.
so.
Yeah, port side, starboard. Yeah, we just wanted to throw the specs out there because they're interesting. I think it's hilarious. Ideal specs are like crack, and then like minimum specs, like bro, there's no way. If it's like, yo, you should have a big ass bandwidth and you have 5, like what are you, McDonald's? Like that doesn't make any sense. I don't know what. How do you have 2 gigs of RAM? What do you want, a Google Chromebook right now? Like,
well, I'm also confused. What's that bandwidth used for? Are like the maps not locally loaded? Like, are you?
I believe it's weather based. I think they have live local based.
I also heard that. Yeah.
Oh, that's crap.
So wherever you are currently flying, it'll render the correct current weather for that location.
This is
in
the
London.
only
It's always
simulator
raining.
I've considered getting. Like, it looks so cool. I would play it for 3 minutes and crash and never play it again.
If I beat it, do I get a license?
Well,
Maybe.
a lot of pilots nowadays use simulators for their all of their hours flying, but they get into like simulation cockpits.
Right, where it
So-
rocks
so
and
you'd
all
have
sorts
to-
of shit.
And you'd have to build one of those.
Yeah, I'll use Kyle's. I work with somebody
I
who
did the same thing for certification after watching porn in VR. A certain number of hours.
I too, on a separate podcast, Rob and I go over.
I don't know what you
None
just
of
said.
those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, you cut out, and I don't want to know where it was, so
Keep
you
it
don't need to
down.
repeat it.
The minute you reached up for your mic, the sensor
You
page.
hit
Just
you hit
shut
the mute
down.
button.
I got hit with the
It's like,
FBI
oh,
agent.
Thank God.
There.
Yeah.
All right.
Whoa.
Last bit of news is a quick,
Quick
just
tidbit.
a FYI to the world. Yeah. If you have a Switch, if you have a Nintendo account, make sure you have two-step verification on. A lot of Nintendo accounts are being hacked to buy Fortnite currency. So your V-Bucks are at risk, y'all. So yeah, just make sure you have two-step verification. It's really easy. It's not hard at all. It takes like 2 fucking seconds.
Says the guy who got pissed off at his Ubisoft 2-step for like 9 days.
1 second step.
I mean, it's the minute your card goes onto it, I feel like you need to do 2-step verification. If you're going to make a purchase on whatever said device, make sure you have 2-step on. It's just as simple as that.
I have never had PlayStation Plus. I bought a movie on Vudu, and then 3 weeks later, my credit card was used to buy V-Bucks on PlayStation.
Well,
So.
Voodoo was your first problem. That's where you should have stopped yourself.
I don't know, dog. They got free rentals.
Free rentals and credit card information stolen.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's about it for our rando news segments.
Let's speed it up a little bit.
Yeah,
Speed it
let's go
up.
on a quick
little bit.
jog.
Let's do some speed running.
My name's Barry Allen. And
You don't trust PlayStation Under Siege?
Under
Neither
Siege,
do
why
I.
don't you trust PlayStation?
As Brandon gave his perfect example for not trusting
Right.
PlayStation.
I mean, I also had my shit hacked. My dumbass didn't have two-step on my PlayStation. I didn't know my card was still on there. And I called them after the weekend because good luck getting a hold of them on the weekend. And they immediately gave me my money back. They saw it and they were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, bet here," and they just gave it right.
Yeah,
back.
they're pretty chill.
They
Gone
didn't have
through
a
enough of
choice.
those.
Mine was $400. I wasn't gonna get off the phone
Yeah.
until then.
That's fair. But all right, speedrun. Let's hit it.
Go.
Riot is offering you $100,000, 100 smackaroos, if you can find security flaws in their Vanguard anti-cheat system.
I already figured it out, but I'm keeping it ransom.
Run the montage, Hackerman on
It
site.
is the anti-cheat system that is the vulnerability.
Yeah, it's a lot of it did get a lot of scrutiny recently for fucking with your computer, but apparently it's so good that 100K. To put that in perspective, let me just look at some quick numbers. This is all being posted on HackerOne. It's a website. Nintendo has something on there for their 3DS back in the day, which is $120,000 if you can hack their shit. And Rockstar did one for $10,000 for the same bug-related problems and stuff like that. So compared to that, this is a big chunk of change if you can, pop that cherry. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, go on HackerOne and hack the stuff.
Yeah.
In Saturn news, rip, throw an F in the chat. San Diego Comic-Con has been canceled
Yeah.
due to motherfucking COVID. It sucks. I'm hoping they just drop trailers and news just on the internet. Like, I'm not trying to have them just not do shit. That would suck because I just love watching all the trailers. So yeah, that'd blow. Another delay, and this one really sucks because I've been waiting for this for years. The Evangelion 3.0 and 1.0 movies / final summation
Cut?
of the original series. Yeah, final cut.
Yeah.
Thank you. Has also been delayed due to COVID-19. If you're not familiar, Evangelions was an anime from a bilzillion years ago. A great anime, but it got redone in movies, like hour-and-a-half movies. I think this is the 4th or 5th one. I've been waiting to watch them all at once. So I haven't watched any of them yet. So I was waiting for this
They've been
last
redone
one.
like several times actually.
Yeah, but this
Even
one, like
as
the
late.
colors on
This
this
is
are
the
crazy.
this is the newest iteration of it being
Yeah,
recut.
it looks so good. So I was just waiting for it all to be done. And this was like 7 years ago. I remember when the first one came out. So it sucks, but it got delayed.
Yeah.
Amazon is giving out 5 free games if you're a Prime member. So if you're into this time, most people are sitting at home ordering shit on Amazon anyway, so you probably have Prime. But you can get a game called Earthlock, a game Etherborn, Light Matter. Hey. Kathy Rain, a detective is born, and Turok. You can get for free if you
Ooh,
have
the first one?
Twitch.
Yes.
Yeah, the 1997
The
original
remaster.
shooter. Remaster. Yeah, like those.
Earthlock is a pretty interesting turn-based RPG. It's a game I've been looking at getting for a long time, and I've looked up a lot of stuff on it, but I haven't.
I've got
Pull the
Prime. You want
trigger.
it?
What is it normally on? Is it just on like everything?
PS4, Xbox One, Switch, PC.
Cool. Little shout out to Earthlock.
And then if you have Prime, then you go on Twitch and activate Twitch Prime, you get all the free Twitch games too.
Yep. And you can sub to us. Not really, but I wish
Yeah.
you would.
Hopefully sometime.
You'd be a lot
Alright.
cooler if you did.
Yeah, you'd be sick as fuck.
If you played the classic N64 Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, which I did, I don't know if y'all did. Now this is pod racing. It is being remastered for PS4 and Switch, and it comes out May 12th, which I feel like that's gonna get delayed, but whatever. As of now, it's coming out May 12th. So if you played that original game, it was super fun. I remember you pod race. It was the shit. Play it again on May 12th on your Switch.
I probably have an opinion that everybody's gonna hate. I enjoyed the second one, Racer's Revenge, more than the first
You're a
on
loser.
PS2.
All right. Well, today was the last
On
day
the
that Phil was
PS2.
joining us.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, lame. Universal has trademarked a new thing for a game, Jurassic. I lost it.
Jurassic World
Jurassic World
Aftermath.
Aftermath.
Yeah, the article like blew it up, and then I couldn't find it. Jurassic World Aftermath. Thank you guys. So there's not much else. That sounds like the next
That's
movie.
They
I
just
feel like
kinda-
that could
they
just be the next
trademarked
movie,
the
to be
kind of the
honest.
IP.
But yeah, it was Universal Game Studios. I should have announced, not just Universal. So it's definitely a game of some variety.
I don't think it's going to be a major game, considering they trademarked the like standard like system, and then
Yeah.
they also trademarked the mobile version.
Yeah, so,
So
yeah,
if it's system and mobile, then you know it's going to be mobile based on a system. And-
Or
Yeah.
it's a companion app that everybody uses for like Division and Call of Duty, right?
I don't want to
Same
get
thing
too
about
sidetracked, but I feel like
Crossplay.
a Jurassic World game could be really cool. Like the one they made that's the like a park sim is awesome, but an actual Jurassic Park game, if they sat down, thought it out, could be really cool. So get on that.
Well, that's GTA. GTA is just you not going to the park because dinosaurs are dangerous.
Well, I need a dinosaur mod in GTA. That'd be cool. So somebody get on it. Last but not least, there is a Peaky Blinders video game coming out.
What kind?
It doesn't look too hot. The good kind. It's like a top-down. It looks like a mobile game, to be honest. But I love the show. So if you haven't seen the show, Peaky Blinders, it's the shit. But it is coming out for PS4, Xbox One, PC, and the Switch this summer. No exact date. It just says summer. But if you're into Peaky Blinders, watch the show, and maybe when this game gets more light, there's just a couple screenshots. There's no gameplay.
Don't play the game.
Hey, maybe. Who knows? But that's it. Speed runs over. Zip.
All right.
Zoop, zip,
Releasing.
that's it.
That's
And
how it's
relevant.
done, Star Citizen.
Yeah, we finished. We're done. We didn't.
We set a goal. It's fucking over.
Cries in Justin.
I love it.
All right. This week is a little bit better than the last 2 weeks for releasing
Is it?
games.
There's more,
A-
but
a
is
little
it
bit.
better?
It's just
There's more of them. I don't care.
Yeah.
More is always better.
Okay.
All right. There's this new super hot
I know.
battle
There's
royale
so many.
game.
There's so many
No,
instances where more is not better.
I was
is.
thinking of COVID-19 cases, and I was
no.
like, I don't think it is.
Oh no, Rob! You could have just thought
Um,
that nonsense.
It's Rob though.
So what's releasing, Josh?
A super hot battle royale game called Title Shock on the PC. It came
Oh,
out 3 days ago.
It's not Battle Royale. It's arena
Mul-
shooter. I looked it up.
Dang.
Yeah, Josh.
Whatever.
We had
Just,
Okay.
so you know, it's an arena shooter.
Here's
I
his
thought it was a
bubble.
battle royale.
We went over this
No.
yesterday. And I told you it was
We
an
did
arena
look at it, but I thought it was a battle royale. PUBG, which is a battle royale. Fuck y'all. Has
That's
a-
what he meant.
it's
That's what he
season
meant.
7. Yeah, it's season 7 came out 2 days ago. So if you're still playing that shit, enjoy season 7. The Shattering on PC came out April 21st. This crazy looking game, Sound Self, for PC and PC VR. Yo, those people were on shrooms when they made this game. So if you guys have a second, look up Sound Self on Steam. It looks like some psychedelic shit, and the fact that it's VR blows my mind. But that came out yesterday. Play it. Strained to Deep came out on Xbox and PS4 April 21st. Deliver Us to the Moon comes out on PS4 and Xbox April 24th. Naruto Shippuden The Ultimate Ninja. This title is fucking me up. All right.
It's a lot.
Give me a
There's
second.
lot there.
Yeah.
Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 Road to Boruto came out on the Switch April 24th. I got to Ultimate and was like, oh shit, this is long.
You're like,
as fuck.
this is too many things.
Yeah, if you're into coral colored things of the Switch for coral and you can get a Switch, that came out tomorrow or is coming out tomorrow. That's actually out in the EU.
It's the
That's
Switch
not-
Lite.
European
It's not a real Switch. It's a piece of shit.
It's for all
Yeah.
our European.
Hey, if you like mobile Switches, Rob, you might prefer it, you asshole.
No.
Predator Hunting Grounds comes out on PS4 tomorrow. We played the beta. Don't save your money unless it comes out for like $10. Save your money. That shit was whack. And Trials of Mana on PC, PS4, and the Switch comes out. Somebody mess with my dates, so I don't know what time.
April 2nd.
It comes out tomorrow.
April
I
2nd.
have it pre-ordered. I'm waiting.
I don't know. That's what it says.
April 2nd. Do we teleport to the past?
I don't know. That's what it says on the screen.
Comes
Yeah,
out
some
tomorrow.
of them come out like before we talk about them.
How
Tomorrow.
dare you?
Comes out tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, Trials of Mana comes out tomorrow.
24th. Okay.
Yes.
All right, so we're not gonna do
I
a
heard
fuck,
you,
marry,
Phil.
kill. Sorry, Phil.
I
we're
mean,
not gonna do a fuck, marry,
I'm-
kill. What? What fuck? Do it, Phil. Talk.
Okay.
What are you gonna
You know what?
fuck, Phil?
I'm gonna marry Seiken Densetsu 3 Trials of Mana because I have it pre-ordered and already halfway paid off. I'd fuck with the Shattering because it looks cool, and then I'd kill PUBG, so I win. I actually did it.
I
Phil-
actually
Phil-
did it.
I give Phil credit.
All right.
That
Phil
entire
fucking won.
was for me.
Does anybody have any games on here they're somewhat interested in?
No.
No. Not
Trials
even
of
close.
Mana. You all should play it.
All right, maybe that.
No.
I wish Predator
Kill
was
all
good.
of them.
I know. We
But
wanted
it
it
was
to
made
be
by
so
six
badly.
dude in a basement. Yeah,
I don't know.
it was rough. And the Naruto games are always good for literally 2 hours, and then I'm like,
Well, and it's not a new Naruto game, it's a port, so
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. I owned this specific game, and it's not good.
that's understandable.
The versus is okay.
I agree with that statement. All right, cheat code of the week.
Blah blah blah.
All right. The cheat code of the week is actually more of a glitch, but in Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex on the PS2, there's a time trial glitch that in the Wizards and Lizards time trial, if you just pick up the clock and click select, you'll get warped to the end.
I'm watching it happen currently.
Boom. In Spanish.
It's okay. That is interesting. A little shitty, a little cheap. What if you did it on accident? Can you imagine the first person that did that shit on accident? He was just
Yeah,
like,
he like meant to pause it. He was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
That's probably actually how it happened.
facts.
What's everybody playing
Cool.
this week?
All right. We'll go in order. Justin, Phil, Brandon, me, Rob.
Overwatch and Diablo.
Mm-hmm.
My two.
All right. Well, I'll say a few things. I haven't stuck to anything, so not the stuff. I won't say the things I streamed yesterday on the channel. I am playing like Onimusha 1 on PS2. I threw that in every now and then. That's fun. But I was, everybody knows I've been playing Persona 5. I'm about 12, 13 hours in, and I was getting really bored because the last 2 hours was just nonsense. So then I started some of Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yes, bitch, yes.
And then today I wasn't feeling like playing that, so I started the Pillars of Eternity 2, which I got the Ultimate Collector's Edition, which comes with like a almost foot tall little.
Are you
figurine
unboxing
inside.
that bad boy?
I
on a
don't
video?
know. I could.
I was curious. I was just asking. Fuck you. Whatever.
I'm not sure. And then I hop into Diablo 3 with you guys every now and then.
Yeah, as in once, I think. Well, with me and. Oh, you played with them?
Yeah, I play with them. Yeah.
Man,
Yeah, you
fuck
son
all
of a
y'all.
bitch.
Fuck all
You're
y'all.
out. You're eating hamburger helper, not paying attention.
Yeah. That's what we'll call her.
Yeah. What you playing, Brandon?
Just out. You heard me. I'm just out here, power leveling people. Out here clearing level 55 greater rifts. I got filled to level 70 in like 25 minutes. So that was pretty fun.
Of what?
On Diablo.
Oh, well, you didn't say that.
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry, I've been playing Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls expansion pack. I play a barbarian named Conan.
Wow, that's so clever.
Yeah.
I'm still playing the exact same two things from last week. I just have to finish Resident Evil 3. I know I have like an hour left. The game was whack, so I don't care enough to finish it. But I will. I'm also playing Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's fire. I literally sat down the other day and played like 6 hours and didn't realize 6 hours passed. Like, that's how good the game is. I was like, all right. I'm gonna beat this boss-esque mission I was doing, and just like 5 hours went by. Every time I was like, all right, I'm gonna put it down. Something else happened, and I was like, all right, well, let me finish this. And then it just grew. That game's the shit. I like it a
That's
lot.
really good.
I like it a lot. So yeah, that's all I'm doing. There's no new games coming out for a while, so I'll be playing Final Fantasy VII. I do want to be God of War 2, side note, but I've mentioned this before. I picked that game up for like 2 hours, and then go, this game is really long, and then don't play it for like 3 weeks, and then
You say that as you play Final
as
Fantasy
he's
7,
playing
which
Final.
is like a 40-hour game.
but that's an RPG. God of War like isn't.
It has
It's
RPG.
also
But it's a
RPG.
movie. This one's a movie.
Is it? I don't want to. All right, first of all, real quick, I don't want to go on a tangent, but don't call it an RPG just because they give you armors with levels. not a fucking RPG. Like, I don't care.
It's a role-playing game where you customize the skill tree
You
of the
barely
character.
customize. It's like 5 things you customize. It's literally a
Fine.
row. It's a
Where's the
linear
line
row.
at?
There's no
Like-
customization. You don't get to choose. You have 3 things to pick. You're gonna pick all of them by the end of the game.
You
There's
can
no
choose not to
customization.
pick anything.
That's
You
also
could be
yeah,
Gearless
option.
Joe out here just beating the shit out of people.
Rob, what are you playing?
I thought I was going last. I'll go, but
You are last.
You are last.
Everyone
am I
win.
last? Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I fell asleep and I had a stroke, and I just don't know what's going on. No, I'm playing a lot of people with lonely senior citizens from across the long table for social distancing purposes. No, I'm still playing God of War and
There you go.
a little bit of Skyrim,
Cricket.
Persona 5.
Yeah.
Nothing new.
Nothing new at all.
Nothing at all.
I did forget to add, I also
Oh,
started
no.
playing
There we
Ori
go.
and the Blind Forest.
Yo, every time it's what we're playing, Phil's just like,
Yeah.
you fool.
Welcome
I'm
to my
playing
segment.
everything.
Yeah, pulls open his drawer of games.
Phil's just like, oh hey, I didn't see you there. All right, so that's it. Let us know in the comments what you guys are playing so we can talk about it. Maybe we're missing out on some game that we don't know about.
Yup.
Let me know how you feel about, the Peaky Blinders game if you look it up, Jurassic World, Evangelion if you watch it, if you love it, Comic-Con, all the jazzes we talked about. How do you feel about the Xbox controller or console? Did you give a shit? I don't know. Maybe. All right, you guys can talk now.
For sure. And just make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Send us to your friends. Like make them
And
watch
don't
us.
forget to support your local businesses, like I do with Grumpy Bob's Emporium here in the St. Louis area.
I'm starting to
throw
think they're
that link
paying.
down.
I'm starting to think they're paying Phil and not us.
No, I pay them probably way too
I
much.
pay them.
Yep. We'll be on here every Thursday at 5:30 with our podcast. We also do streaming from time to time. Phil also streams on his channel. Phil, if you want to drop a link. And we also do anime segments every so now and then. We like to talk about current anime. We will be dropping one of those soon. Anime-ocalypse is currently happening right now. So we'll talk about that and, give a little bit more insight on the animes this season. If you care about that, we'll talk about it.
Yo.
But I think that's it.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys. Did you want to go over that thing you wanted to go over, Brandon?
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
A winner of a thing in which you talked about.
Oh, I mean, it's gonna be Homeboy already in here, so I mean, we'll hit him up. He's the only
Alright.
dude in here.
I don't know if you want to announce it. I know you did it at that last video.
Should announce it. Yeah.
We're gonna announce it when the winner's picked, which would be next episode.
What?
Oh.
You don't want to talk about that it's being done?
I mean, we could talk about that it's being done, which I did at the very beginning of the other episode.
I know. You should do it again at this episode.
All right, fuckers, listen here. For everybody that's on audio, you need to go over to YouTube, or you need to watch us live on Twitch, so you can be like Under Siege J222, who just won a $10 Steam any gift card of his choice, because I don't even know if he plays PC games. He's talking about Modern Warfare right now, so I'm not sure. And I think Animal Crossing. So maybe he wants a Nintendo gift card. But who knows? So anybody that's watching this, for the next 4 episodes, we're going to be giving away a $10 gift card of your choice. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on Twitch. You can win just like he did. That's it.
Yeah, boy. Thanks for watching, guys.
Later.
Later.
Later.